Hello everyone, this is Faruk and you are at Revpanda Live. Welcome to our podcast box here at Sigma Central Europe in Rome. And today I'm joined by Yahale Meltzer, CEO at GrooveTech. Yahale, it's great to see you with us today. And I want to start with your impressions of the event here. It's the first time Sigma brings this flagship event in Rome. How is it going so far?
First time in Rome. It has its own challenges, but listen, we started with a helicopter ride on the first day, so nothing can go wrong from that on.
At Ace Alliance Aero Privé Roma event, and we flew together in a helicopter. So, yeah, tell us about the experience.
It's fun. Riding a helicopter is not something you pretty much ever do. So I thank you. It was just amazing. I had a good time and we could network during the flight. We did a double dipping here, but it was fun. It was fun.
It is also first time in Rome for me and first time for me in a helicopter, honestly. So I very much enjoyed it. I shared the experience with you. Yeah, you are in iGaming for a real long time, and I believe our viewers they already know you. But I would like to ask your journey in iGaming industry. How did you end up in iGaming?
Well, I don't think anyone really ends up in iGaming thinking I'm gonna join that iGaming when I'll be big. Was looking for work, friend of a friend got me in, and I think the intensity, the challenges, the always something going on. It doesn't have a moment that of quiet. The heartbeat, you get addicted to it, you can't stop. And there's so many options and alternative to grow. And I was given the opportunity. I was working hard. I have a lot of people to thank along the way that believed in me, but I was moving a few years to another job, another role, another company. And I think I've started actually as a customer service support account manager. So I've actually and product and project and seen the industry from the bottom up. I grew myself into it. It gave me a big vision of all the many sides of the industry. In 2017, I was given an opportunity to build a company with the backup of an owner or that funded the company. But we started Groove as an aggregator and starting, I think, in Sigma, Malta. So it's actually here. I think I must be celebrating a birthday here.
Oh, it's your
Now
first
that I'm thinking
year.
about it, this is like I just realized that my first trip ever was with a brochure and no technology to sell a product that didn't exist, just to see if it has a audience. If I can sell it, let's build it.
You just put the brochures in your pocket?
2016 or 17.
Yeah, okay.
In
Okay.
2017, I think we built it. In 2016, Sigma Malta
All right.
I went with a brochure to see if we can sell, if there's any buyers to the product, to an aggregator. And so I am now thinking about it. We've been celebrating here 8 years or something.
8 years already. Wow,
Huh?
congratulations.
No, from the first day, but it took us a year to build a product. So we actually launched in 2017 and slowly building, working, adding more content, empowering the infrastructure. And it's been a very fun journey, I have to say.
So your background is more like product and the technical part, right? And also you actually did the customer support. So you touch base on all most important fields in iGaming. So you're actually coming from the real, like the kitchen, let's say, of everything is made over there. That's
Exactly.
really incredible.
I did work from the B2C sides. Most of my before coming to Groove, it was B2C, so could see all the difficulties. I saw where the focus. Eventually, we built Groove, and with the mindset that I have is to service where I saw the casinos or the operation need are lacking or investing less, and provide solution to what I think was needed. So I'll tell you a story about this. So I printed this brochure, put down maybe 20, 30 game providers, right? We want to sell an aggregator, but I had nothing. So did the brochure, wanted to see proof of concept. I went to Malta, spoke to a lot of people. I actually had, I think, like 10 leads, 10 strong leads. That people were asking, actually, you can tell when it's a lead that it's, because everybody's positive at the show, right? Everybody say yes. But 10 that I felt good with. Going back to home, starting the negotiation. I think about 5 wanted to move into an agreement, but I don't even have a product. So hiring a lawyer to do the contract, now thinking I'm going to spend time, wasting time to do it, hiring a CTO, trying to develop and build people, the first 5 people, developing the product. Now I need to waste time. And eventually from those 5 that we went into agreement, we kept 3 for a year and a half. They waited for us to have the actual product that we can sell. And one actually lasted until today.
You were selling the product before the entire thing about product was completed, right? So there was
There
actually
was
kind of a
nothing. There was
demand.
me and a brochure.
And then you started the preparations. You got a lawyer and you just implemented the next steps with the lease that you made, your first customers at that time. Incredible. But how this idea came up to you at that time? Like, as you know, in iGaming, we have got a lot of companies in this ecosystem. We see more and more providers, coming in, a lot of B2B companies and so on. Why setting up a company and offering this aggregator services?
When I see in the business working at the B2C, that the focus is where the money is. So you invest a lot on affiliates because that costs a lot of money, bringing the marketing. So they are very focused on that side, takes a lot of the attention, big teams, customer support and retention, that costs a lot of money. So that takes a lot of the attention. Finance is very important, processing, attention. The one place that you find there's maybe one person running the whole show, one, maybe two, and even big companies, is the front end. The games that are in the front, whatever they present to the client, you have one person. You'll have a team of 20 affiliates, 5 people in finance, you'll have 40 people in customer service, and one person in charge of the games, of the content that is on the front end. So what we're trying to build, the idea that it still remains is, okay, you can keep that one person. Let me give you a solution that would be suitable. Let me tell you what games you should. Again, that one person is usually just following either the affiliate trends, the affiliate thing, listen, have pragmatic, put the best content. We know this is now popular, this is popular, and they're just following trend. They're not, they think that for the market, this is the best content for a market. So the casino is built to facilitate for a specific market, although they might have few markets coming in. And well, that have changed over the year, but our focus is trying to really give you all the analytic tools, all the information, even now moving into smart lobby, which is actually adjusting the lobby per client. And we're building that solution so they can have the best game with a maximum result and still keeping one person to manage it. And they don't need to work hard to have a solution. This is where the idea came from. This is where we saw a weakness. We came into that weakness and think we've been doing well so far.
You have got the solutions for sportsbook and also casinos. But I know that some providers, they would like to highlight, let's say, the sportsbook solution more or casino more. Do you also have this kind of let's say, differentiation on your end? So we do this thing the best kind of approach.
Listen, I am here to facilitate for the operator, for the operator himself. He wants content. Our focus was casino for a lot of years, but sports is a very important tool, so we offer that as well. We try to provide, eventually we have over 180 game suppliers, we have sportsbook. You try to give a net of alternative that they would have the best solution for the market. And then, like I said earlier, we're trying, after we gave the whole, you have a wide net of alternative, different game versions, different content, niche games, live games, scratch, really like a huge variety. I think we have, 20,000 games or more that is just covering everything. We are working very hard to provide tools for the casino to have maximum conversion, maximum retention, and basically grow. We don't want just casino to run, to give them the tools to run. We want them to help them grow and retain. So that's the focus. So while we have a big net, we are trying to give them also focus on the content, so the right content, but we offer everything. We don't discriminate. We don't own our own content. That's, I think, also an advantage. We don't have a focus on one specific game provider that we want to push other than everything. Everything that would make the casino be successful is the focus that we want to run when we create good relationship with the game providers and the operators to try to bring whatever works for the operator.
I understand. So you are actually approaching the client to the operator with their particular case. So let's say if they are targeting a certain geo, a certain player profile, and they would like to run sportsbook or casino, you are actually helping them. You're kind of guiding them, setting things up, right? And then later you take it from there. So it's not only just giving the keys to them and the technology and say goodbye, but you're helping with the setup, integrations, and the entire process. Is that correct?
Exactly. So if in the, in the first 5, 6 years of this industry, or for us, was account manager, you build the AI, you have all the analytic tools, you try to give recommendation, newsletter, this is the top, this is it, for this market, you have this, you provide a list. Now, the last year or two, it's all focused on the AI and the automation of tools to give you that they don't even have to work. It's per player. Because if you may think that in Brazil, you have top games of this and this, but not every Brazilian like to play a certain specific game like everybody else. Some actually like roulette, some might like, I don't know, different. So the lobby is built per person. So our focus at the past was always to help them grow. But now we're trying to automate the whole process so it makes it easier, faster, and automate.
I see. And what I notice in our industry is that the relationship between an aggregator and operator is very specific. It is purely trust based. And of course, you have the solutions, the analytics numbers, and everything. Yes, that's true. But you need to be present for your customer. You need to be there. You need to be helping, guiding, and actually sharing the expertise. So I was wondering what makes GrowTech a reliable partner for an operator if they would like to start working with you.
Okay, we talked about the technology. Again, we take the best technology that we can find with server-wise, trust, compliance, security. All that infrastructure was there, and it's getting improved and always. But I think eventually it goes down to the human people. We are as good as my team, and they will take me as far as I can go. And I think what I try to do is hire experienced people coming from the casino side, coming from the game provider side, coming from the compliance side. So they get they have the angle of the other side. So they understand the game providers and their difficulties or needs. How to get things on the operator side. I got people from the operation with experience, whether they did marketing or they did account management or they did other different roles in a B2C side. So they kind of understand exactly like I did back, 10 years ago. They understand what the difficulties are and they know how to reach out, how to give service. Their success is my success eventually. Let's put it. They make money, I make money. They don't make money, I don't make money. So we want to help them grow and be successful together. It's always a partnership, game providers and the operators. It's sort of a joint venture.
Yeah, I would like to understand it better. So that's why I'm asking this question. So let's say when an operator would like to start working with you, your expertise starts from even picking up the right game for the right market, yeah, for the player profile this operator would like to really hit. So you choose the games for them, you recommend them to your operators, yeah, and you take it from there. Is that correct?
Correct. So the part of the onboarding, it's a very important, actually critical onboarding part of a new client is understanding the target market, the licenses that they operate in, and then building the package that they need to get to hit the ground running, whether it's the .com market or the regulated market, the different countries or geos they operate in, and we share our experience 10 years experience here and the client's experience that we saw successful, and we start with that, and then we adjust and adopt along the way, working together to grow the client. So we give our experience, we give our advice, we build a package, and then we launch and work together to make it a successful business.
I want to talk about the product a bit longer because you promised me a demo after the podcast. I want to see the platform itself. But as you know, some iGaming platform providers or aggregators, they work in a way that they have got a module for CRM, another module, let's say, for the tracking systems. So you actually don't really buy the whole package at once. You need to actually sometimes even pay, different amounts for different features of the products. How does it work with your entire setup?
We basically provide the content, it comes with a back office, and it comes with all the analytics that we can provide. Um, Actually, we invested a lot. I think our back office is very good, very clear, complex in the back in order to be simple on the front, giving the operator the some control over the RTP within the limits of the game provider, control of exposure, control of points, control. You have ecosystem that would provide. You can get everything in there, whether it's history, visual, and everything is made easy and simple to the client. And we improve it all the time, trying to make it even better and better. It's part of our package. Part of the package is providing the front end to the game operator from the back office, that they can see everything we have, make it easy to download, to add, to see what's coming, what's new, to control RTP, payout, free spin. But our basic, what we really want to know, because we talked about improving, is that make everything on an API. It's not a platform. They use their own platform, and we don't need them to come to me. So ideally, I don't need a back office. I'll give you all the services that you need into your platform, so you can give your tournaments, your jackpot, your free spins. You can see everything on the operator platform, and we'll just have it to you in an API, so you don't have to jump between different platforms. But we also make it available on our platform, which is really good, worth watching. For people that doesn't have the technology up to level.
And yeah, some people, I don't know why, but they really want to know this. How long does it take for you to complete the entire setup and the onboarding for a new client?
It usually takes between 3 to 5 weeks on an average to go up, and usually the coding is about 2 weeks, and then QA and production QA. So it's about 5 weeks at max. 4 to 5 weeks, I would say, is the average.
It's also
So-
kind of industry average right now. Like
Yeah,
if you're a serious aggregator, you actually a bit take your time to make sure everything is in place, right? It's not about setting up everything in a short time. It is setting up the right thing, as far as I understand.
It is. It's important. Listen, it's one of it's not that it's basic, but we haven't done it for a while, until the last year or so, just to go. Once we complete the production, we finish production QA, it is very critical. My team will take test accounts and go to the client area and test the games. I think it's basic, it's manual, but it's critical that once we go launch, everything works. It's simple, it's manual, but it's critical that eventually, at the end of the day, somebody steps in, go to the client, run on over the games and see that it works, and we can launch and go smooth and start really to do analytic and start to understand how to improve our offering and the client to go.
Yeah, I kept you so busy with product questions, but I have more to ask you. This time I want to ask you about the iGaming markets that you are mostly working with. So if you can tell me from which markets your clients are coming from at the moment, and do you have any markets that you plan to expand or invest more in the future?
So again, if we were talking about, we work in regulated markets, or we are working in the fiat markets. We're working in the sweepstake, which is actually growing. It has its now people a bit shaking about but the shaking I see is mostly from the supplier side, not at all from the operator side. The operator that are running the business as it should. It's a social casino with a casino element, and not vice versa. are not worried. I have a feeling they know, they trust what they're doing, and I see them growing. So it's just, again, there's a lot of supplier selection, and suppliers are pulling in, some are pulling out, but others are stepping in. And I see this as a growing market at the moment. So sweepstake is not that new, but it's a growing market. I think crypto would grow, so we so provide that. In fact, as it's technology, there is not much that we have to do as an aggregator. We can supply to most of the niches or most of the, and also girls. As an aggregator, we have the advantage so far that regulation is not as complex as a B2C on a B2B side. So we are now, we've been in Malta for years, Brazil now, that's our, and we're growing our regulated market. So following our clients to different licenses. And again, any client that want to go to a regulated market or operating and they need us to support them, it's a no-brainer for us. We go after the client's needs and we get the whatever certificate and licenses we need to go there. So um, we are everywhere in every niche, but again, it's about the client and what they want, and we facilitate.
I want to also ask you about the verticals, the niches that you just mentioned. Um, we see an increasing popularity in crash games, also like spin and go kind of games. You mentioned sweepstakes. How do you see the future of these verticals, let's say next year and later in iGaming industry?
If I knew what the future is, I want to tell here. I'll give you a story that I met David from Scribe on their party, I think 2 days ago. I think he told the entire room that I was his first client, not first sell. That I said, and I said basically after an hour, I said no, we're not integrating one supply. That was back in 2017, whatever. And he also wanted the 100,000 euro investment for 10% of the Scribe. So asking me about the future, that was here. Here I just missed a few millions, but
It's like not buying Bitcoin back in 2012,
yeah,
right?
go to that. I have a lot more stories of not making the right decision here, but anyway, it's. I think I trust in the operators that are running the business right. I think crypto is slowly getting more to the mainstream bit by bit. So I feel like that would have a future. But again, it seems that everything is growing. The market doesn't say more game providers, more operator. Every time we think it's going to condense a bit and others will buy, there's like, it's like mushrooms after the rain. There's more and more business. The it doesn't stop growing. We enjoy the ride. I mean, it's challenging, but it's really is fun. There's, you need to be more and more professional at what you do. So it puts you on your toes all the time. I mean, it's now, if we did SEO was the thing, now it's, we need to adjust our SEO to ChatGPT and
Yeah.
those tools. So it's a new challenge. It's a fun challenge. I'm just trying to see if what you do works. If you do, you test. Same goes to every part of this industry, whether it's sweepstake, it's crypto, it's new games, it's new ideas that we are trying to build. All this gamification tools that we're building now is cool. If I told you the core was the games, now the entire last quarter and the next coming up is all about gamification. We're going to offer jackpot tournaments, achievement tools, conversion retention tools that we're building. And there's a lot of ideas and a lot of good ideas that I see here in the show. And we have our own good ideas that we're building. And I'm curious to see how this is going to go, because this is more than just games. This is the games plus layers. So you players are going to come to play to achieve stuff. Not just, they will spin not for the, not just only for the win, but all these side wins like social. So the social has completely got into the fiat and to the money, and this is, I think, going to develop a lot more AI, whatever we can use AI tools. So it's going to be more specific, more personal, more, I don't know, devices. We're going to start playing. I don't know what's coming, but we established that I don't know what's coming, what really is the future, but it looks really exciting. I'm excited about what we do, that I just said, to see how that it turns out to be. I feel strong about it. I feel this is going to be uh, a really good tools for us to help our clients grow and do better and get better result, retention, conversion. So I'm looking forward for that.
Before we actually wrap up the conversation, I'd like to ask your plans at GrooveTech for the next year, 2026, because as you know, right now we are just wrapping up the year in Q4. So I'm very curious what you're cooking for the next year. Do you have any focus, any goals at GrooveTech?
So far this year has been very good for us, which has been adding a lot more in content, a lot more client, building reputation. And 26, like I said earlier, it's all about gamification tools, adding more and more tools for helping operators to drive the conversion and retention to do better results. And we are now licensed in Brazil, so we're also focusing on that market, the Latin America market, growing the regulated side, and focusing on those tools that I'm very, very excited about seeing how they perform with our clients.
So it is really great, ambitious plans as far as I can hear. Yahal, for those who would like to follow your work, learn more about GrooveTech, and get in touch with you, what is the best channel to reach out to you?
You can find us on LinkedIn, on the website. Obviously, we're very responsive and very fast also on the website, but and every other conference pretty much.
So, Yahal, which is going to be the next conference for you?
So probably ICE.
Okay, so I will see you at ICE, and let's do it, the round two of the podcast and see how it's developing on your end.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining. It was lovely conversation with you, and I hope you're going to end the year with a strong remark, as you were saying. And I will see you in Barcelona at the next event.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Everyone, thank you for watching. It was an insightful conversation. We didn't only speak about the whole journey of Yahel and GrooveTech, we also touch base on trends and what we are going to see in the next couple of years in iGaming. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all at the next Revpanda Live.